舞踏会。ずいぶん懐かしい響きね。
Hello everybody, Vigo Shadow here, and today we have a new character. It is elegantly, discreetly new. This is the second part of the Masquerade event. We already got a sneak peek of what she looks like, so it's actually really exciting to see that she is a blue healer. Now, we haven't had a blue healer since the start of the game as far as having a blue healer on the regular character pool. Now this is just super exciting because that means everybody has access to this, and we're able to swap out the current healer, or like some people can fix their healers in their party for blue teams, which is amazing. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go into the stats, the max stats, so let's go ahead and see them from power to healing boost. And then we have from healing boost to overheal. And then lastly, we have the grouping of human and shadow garden. Now that we have characters that are group reliant, now you can kind of go ahead and pair it with certain characters that are heavily reliant on those pairings. Okay, next we will go right into the. Actually, let's go ahead and do the magic gear first. I'm gonna actually switch it up. I'm gonna do the magic gear first, and then we will go into the character. Okay, so here we actually have the advertisement right here. Cancels status ailments of blue elemental allies. So we're going to see that in her abilities here. But first, let's go ahead and go into the weapon. So the magic gear we have elegantly, discreetly, white mask. At the start of the wave, raises own overheal by 50% permanent. So not bad. That means your healer is going to be more protected. She's going to be more protected for sure. And it's only your own overheal, so I mean you're gonna actually have quite a bit of health for the healer, so the healer's gonna it won't be taken down as easily, so that's kind of nice in a sense, but I've seen better magic gear is all I gotta say there. Alright, here we have it, elegantly, discreetly new. This is what she looks like. Absolutely amazing. I always like this masquerade type stuff. Let's go ahead and just start with her hidden technique, Masquerade Knight. So with this one, she recovers HP of all allies by 200% of attack, which is good. I mean, obviously, like Bright World Beta, she does 350, but that's only in a certain radius. So it's not even getting all the allies. So the biggest thing here is that she's recovering HP of all allies by 200%. I think it's the same as how Lambda heals too, which is not bad at all. This is pretty good. Like pretty good heal, that is, for the hidden technique. And then it also further cancels 5 times status ailment on each ally if it's blue elemental. Really, really good. I mean, honestly, it's a heal and a cleanse. It's a 2-in-1 move. Not bad on the heal, and then the cleansing aspect really just makes up for it. Let's see what it looks like awakened here. It goes from 5 times to all. Wow, yeah, you're going to definitely want to see that on the awakening roadmap here, because essentially, that is a full cleanse. Any debuff, any ailment, just gone, wiped. That's so good. It's about time we kind of see like a cleansing unit here. So this is already looking to be pretty good with that hidden technique by itself. Let's go ahead and go into our first heal move here. It's the Act of Grace. It raises healing boost of all allies by 30%. Not bad, pretty good for 10 seconds, so you're going to probably want to heal after that procs. Also grants ongoing HP recovery by 10% of attack for 10 seconds. So essentially it's going to be over time 100% heal, so that's like, I'd say other characters kind of have it better, where it's just a straight heal of 100%. That's just way better than this ongoing HP recovery, in my opinion. So it's just less favored for me when they have that HP recovery. But still, I can't complain because it's raising the healing boost, and then it's also doing, it further cancels 3 times status ailments on each ally if blue. And now this is just a standard skill. To cancel status ailments on a standard skill, really good. I mean, really good for PvP, even bosses, it's good. And it's on each ally too. It's not just one ally. That's what makes it way better. Now let's see what it looks like when it's awakened. So it's a 20% jump there, and then it goes to from 3 status ailments to 5, which is not bad. That's 2 more gone and 20% more on the boost, so not bad on the awakened there. But there's probably better ones to come. Let's check out this next move of hers. Femme Fatale is what this move is called. It lowers the attack of all enemies by 20% for 10 seconds and also raises the damage received by 10% for 15 seconds. And then it also further cancels all buff effects if Red Elemental. That is crazy. To cancel all buff effects if Red Elemental, this is going to be super, super good for bosses, let me tell you something. Especially if you're running full blue teams. I mean, this is probably even good for Armageddon, depending on what the bosses can do. What exactly are they buffing themselves? That's just so good. That's just so good to have all their buffs just obliterated. Immediately a good skill, right off the bat. Especially if it's a 3-in-1 skill. We usually see 3-in-1 skills on Shadow Festival type units, and we're seeing that in a regular character. Somebody off the regular character pool. It's really good. Because essentially you're lowering the attack of all enemies, all of them, by 20% for 10 seconds. And then you're also raising the damage received. So you're lowering their defense and you're lowering their attack. Super good. And getting rid of all their buffs. I mean, you can't complain there. When it's awakened, we actually have the lowers attack up to 5 more seconds. And a 10% boost to both, which is good. I mean, still, it's very noteworthy for that 10% boost. Next, we have Elegantly and Discreetly. Now, at the start of the wave, recovers HP of all allies by 200% of attack. This is the exact same amount as the heal for the hidden technique. Not bad, really good. The only thing is if you're doing any like bosses or anything like even Armageddon, just like a lot of like bosses, or like when there's one wave only, this skill is not going to matter whatsoever. This is essentially a dead skill. You might as well just not have it there because it's going to do nothing for you unless you're doing quests and you're doing Chronicles, either the normal or the hard, where you have something with waves. Now with waves, this is completely the opposite. It's great because essentially at the start of every wave, you have a full team. No need to heal. You're good to go. This is super good for quests and super good for normal. And especially if you're starting out, that's going to be so very good for your blue teams. Definitely recommend that type of skill or like this character for normal and questing. Even if it's not, like, she has enough stuff to heal the team that even if this skill is like technically a dead skill, she just does a lot in itself by being able to get rid of all the buffs and cleanse the whole team. So even with this skill just not in the picture, super, super good unit right off the bat and easily replaces Bright World Beta. But let's go ahead and take a look at it when it's awakened here. So it actually adds this. Now this is a whole game changer. This goes from dead skill to good skill really quick, even with bosses in Armageddon, because it further raises the defense by 50% for 30 seconds. That's half the wave. That's half the fight. Really, really good there. So especially if you have very hard bosses, like I know when I was doing the Black Rose the Black Rose event or the Pale Rose, whatever, I can't remember what it was called. But either way, I mean, I had my teams just absolutely obliterated. So if I had something like this on a blue team, it'd just be, I mean, I at least stand more of a fighting chance. But yeah, that's definitely a game changer, and you want to see this in the Awakening roadmap. Speaking of that, we'll definitely go there next. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at this full art. Obviously, this is really good, like especially now that we see another another costume for New, and we don't really see a lot of different costumes for New, so it's good to see her back in there again. Obviously, I like the colors that she wears in contrast to Claire, the white mask, and like just the ballroom aesthetic. I just like masquerade units in general. And the fact that she's holding this like kunai looking thing is awesome as well. So appreciate the full art there too. That's pretty good. Now let's go ahead and go into the Awakening. So here at the A1 we have Act of Grace. And what that does is it, obviously, this is the one where it's the ongoing HP recovery, so not the best thing on the Awakening roadmap there. We obviously have some better skills that we'd want to see here, so nothing too noteworthy at A1, but still good. But at A2, we have the Hidden Technique. Now, this is the really good one, because you go from canceling 5 ailments to all of them. Oh my gosh. Having her at A2 would be very, very nice. Next we have the Femme Fatale at A3. Not bad. Still that 3-in-1 skill that even at base it's going to cancel all the buff effects on red, which is just absolutely nuts. So even these values, yeah, I'd say this, you'd kind of want to see this one up there, but not as much as from that other skill that we want to see. But we have Magic Gear Slot at the A4, and of course they're tucking away one of the best ones, that Elegantly Discreetly. I mean, it's just so crucial to have this. Further raises defense by 50% for 30 seconds. That'll make it'll make that skill very useful for bosses, for anything that has one wave, because this is just completely reliant on if you're doing a quest or chronicles that or something else that has multiple waves. Really good for multiple waves, but not good for one wave unless you have it at A5, which of course they tuck it away. So A2 and A5 being the most noteworthy on News Awakening roadmap. So all in all, this is going to be another character that you are going to get out of the regular character pool. Once the banner leaves, she'll be available. She'll be in that pool then. Another thing is that somebody mentioned in my previous video is that you can also grind these shards out. They're going to be giving out shards. You can grind it through the hard quests in the event, and you can get shards that way for new. Even if you don't completely get all the shards, you can still go back and grind that hard mode for extra shards, and essentially what you're going to be able to do, so let's just go ahead. If I kept grinding, so let's say, because I don't have Claire on this new account that I created, but if I wanted to, I can go ahead and go to this masquerade and just keep grinding until I had all 135 shards to summon Claire. You could do the same thing for this character right here. Not a problem at all. So even if you don't summon it, you can still get it. Just keep grinding out the shards. Definitely worth it. It's going to be something you can replace your Bright World Beta healer for this one. So much better, especially the fact that it can heal pretty good, and it can cleanse your team, and it gets rid of buffs for the other team and debuffs them. I mean, yeah, this healer is good, but I think I've covered enough, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Vigo, signing off.